Do you want to know the fastest way to learn how to play the guitar like this? Learning how to play the guitar like that comes down to understanding 3 simple concepts. The first is going to be your technique, which is really just physically being able to play the guitar in a way that feels effortless. And I'm going to show you guys a tip with your physical technique that'll really help you regardless of your level. This can help beginners, intermediates, and even advanced people as well. Most people, when they're playing chord changes, right? When they're just shifting from simple chord to simple chord, or even when they're playing really fast lines, right? What they're doing is they're looking at their fingers where they are in real time. Like they're following their fingers from place to place. Or they're playing a really quick line and they're just following their fingers from place to place, right? Now on the guitar, our goal is to be able to shift as quickly and as accurately as we possibly can from one point to the next, right? We want to be able to shift quickly and accurately. Now, if we're looking at our fingers where they are, that's a lot like playing darts and looking at the dart when you throw it, right? That makes no sense. What will we do instead? We want to look at the target area. We want to look ahead to where we're going before we get there. And you can try this. This will solve so many problems for you. This will solve so many problems at the beginner stage and even advanced people. When I have lessons with people, they'll be doing these crazy shifts and they'll be like, "Oh, Dom, like how do I get this shift down?" And I'll say, "Well, where are your eyes looking? Are they looking to the target area before you get there?" And they'll be like, "Oh, no." And then boom, they'll just be able to do it. Because it's actually a pretty natural thing for human beings to do, to just look at something and have our hands go to where our eyes are already looking, right? What's hard is to like watch your hand in real time move to a certain spot. So you can try this, right? If you're playing a chord progression and you're like, "Oh, it took me too long to get to that chord," look ahead at the shape of that chord before you get there and whack. Aim and throw. Aim, throw, aim, throw. Or if you're doing a really big shift that's all the way up and down the guitar, like that, right? And you're, "Oh man, I'm just not quite hitting it really accurately or really quickly." Look ahead to it and boom, it'll become easy to just whip your hand to exactly the right spot. That is a huge technical thing that I found helps so many people, even myself included. If I'm in a recording session or something and I'm just like missing something, I'm like, "Oh man, why am I not hitting like this one note that I want?" Just simply looking ahead to the target area before you get there will solve so many problems for you at every single level of guitar, regardless of where you are. Now, another really cool technical thing that you can work on is in your right hand, right? Now in your right hand, the way we want to think of our right hand fingerstyle technique is actually in the way that a lot of the Spanish guitarists think about it. And the reason for that is because Spanish fingerstyle guitar is the most difficult, like Spanish flamenco classical guitar is the most difficult fingerstyle music that exists. It's the most difficult music out there. So if we think about the technique in the same way that those people think about their technique, we'll be able to apply those same patterns and the same techniques that they use to play that music to any genre or style that we want, right? Like we could use like that kind of Spanish fingerstyle technique to play, right? To play like pop music or to play anything that we want. And a great practice routine or great exercise to do for that is this. If you just take a C chord, what we want to do is we want to do we want to pluck thumb, middle, pointer, one after the other on the 5th string, and then middle on the 1st string, pointer on the 2nd string, right? Then after that, the thumb moves to the 4th string, the thumb moves to the 3rd string, thumb moves to the 4th string. And what we want to do at a slow tempo is make sure of a couple things, right? We want to prepare our finger on the string before we pluck it. Pluck and prepare, pluck and prepare. Pluck and prepare, pluck and prepare. That's the core foundation of a really good fingerstyle technique is plucking and then preparing the next finger. What you'll notice that does is it makes my hand just zip to the right spot right away. So I'm using really efficient motion. Like I'm not bobbing and weaving my hand. I'm not bouncing around too much, right? Right? And you get that faster and faster. You can do different combinations of fingers too, like thumb, ring, pointer, thumb, ring, pointer. And if you get really good, you can use thumb, ring, middle. Right? Once you get good at those, your right hand's just gonna be in tip-top shape, and you can do a variety of different patterns as well. So really good tip for the left hand, really good tip for the right hand. Now, in terms of the fretboard, right, when you see like people doing fills and stuff like that, really what that comes down to is first, being able to just understand what the pentatonic shapes are, right? So a lot of people know this minor pentatonic shape, right? Make sure you understand all 5 of them going all the way up and down, right? It's pretty easy to find. But then like a nice little hack to get really good at them is to start getting good at patterns, right? And what do I mean by a pattern? I mean a pattern in a pentatonic scale. First, we got to understand that there's really just up and down in a scale, right? That's all we can really do. We can either go up or we can go down. And most people just practice their scales by going straight up and straight down, right? But if you practice going like down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, or up, up, down, up, down, up, down, a variety of different patterns, a couple really cool things will happen. One, you'll understand the scales on a much deeper level, right? Because you won't just be thinking about going up and down. You'll be like, okay, well, the back, and then I gotta go to this one, right? And then I go back down. You'll really understand the scale. But also, the thing is, like, I was listening to this K-pop song by a band called BTS the other day, and there was a point in the song where there was a guitar solo, right? There was a guitar solo, and this guy gets ready, right? And I kid you not, this was the guitar solo in this famous K-pop song by BTS. I forgot the name, but it was literally this. That was the solo, right? That was the entire solo. What is that? Up, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, right? And then he did a bend at the end. And I'm not even hating on that, right? Like, that's awesome. Great. I'm saying that to say these patterns of up and down are not only great for you understanding the scale, but they also like sound good, and they're used in recorded music that is like very popular today. So if you're just like kind of playing a solo and there's an idea that like you're just not really sure about what to play next, like that was just a pattern of down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, and you can do a bunch of different ones like up, like up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, and you can get really, really good at a bunch of different patterns. It'll help you understand your scales on a really deep level, and if you get really good at them and you get really quick at them, they'll sound great like in your soloing too. So there's a lot of different, I wish this video could be an hour long and I'd tell you like so much stuff more about playing the guitar, how you practice all this stuff, how you practice for speed and efficiency, stuff about like creative concepts and actually writing your own music too. All of that is within the school community. But I wanted to give you this as just like a little taste of what you'll expect on the other side, and to just give you some like value too, so that you can go and practice regardless of where you're at now. So if you join the school community, you'll expect a lot of different really cool trainings on the creative process, especially like being able to write and create your own music on the guitar. And it's the same process that I used to recently write a guitar part that got to #2 on the country charts. And I say that to say like it's proven, like this stuff really, really works. A bunch of different trainings on how to really master your technique so that you can really effortlessly play in the left hand, the right hand, be able to play any song you want just like that without stressing too much. And also being able to understand the fretboard in a way where you can just like play anywhere you want, right? Play songs where you can play melodies up top, down low, and just understand the ins and outs of the fretboard so that you can easily play your favorite songs or really begin to make your own music that just sounds really incredible. So I can't wait to see you guys on the other side.